Hello everyone, I might be Foof, and today I want to talk about this really cool dream I had last night that involved a very particularly famous hellhound girl. So the dream starts off with me and a few friends that are at a clothing store. I think it's like a department store of like a mall or something. It was like inside of a mall, like a department store. It's kind of like maybe a knockoff JCPenney or something. I didn't really see the name of the department store, but we're in like some kind of department store clothing aisle of said store, and we come across this table, this like little table. It's got a bunch of like different kinds of sweaters displayed on it. Some of them are like Christmas sweaters, some of them are like everyday sweaters, some of them are like colored. And we're checking out these sweaters, right? And none of us really care about them, so we move on a little bit until out of nowhere, uh, Loona and Octavia, the owl character, just decided to mess with us, and they made us pick out different sweaters to wear. And I don't know why they wanted us to pick out these sweaters exactly. I kind of pieced it together like after I woke up from dream. I was like, maybe it was because since they're demons, they're just messing with mortals or something. Four gullible boys. We were trying on sweaters and they were like giggling while we were trying them on. And eventually, we all kind of like went back up against a wall, and or like not, it wasn't a wall. It was like we kind of like stood up like in a line, kind of like one person here, and then here two people like here. It's like one person here and then here and then here and here, and then they were like standing in front of us, and one by one they're like, okay, I want you to pick out a sweater from the counter. So the first person that went up to pick out a sweater was actually my friend Sam. He goes to grab one, and I don't know, he just grabbed some random sweater. It's like some green striped sweater. I don't really remember what he picked out. And he grabs one, puts it on forcibly from these two, and he goes back to the, like, I guess, to stand up against like some pillar or something. This waits basically for us to finish up, I guess. And so the next one in line to pick is me to go grab a sweater. And it's when things get funny. So anyway, I go up to look at these sweaters, and it's like, most of them I didn't really care about. The only sweater that kind of caught my eye that was on the table was the sweater that had like various raccoons on it, and they had like different stages of like trash. Like one of them was going through a trash can. Like it was like a stage of a raccoon going through a trash can, and it said like trash season is here or something like that. It was one of the seasonal sweaters, so that one caught my eye. But none of the sweaters on that table I cared about except one. So I'd look at Loona, right? And Loona has on this red sweater that's like kind of red with like a black stripe kind of going around the waist, and it has like a little skull like here on the chest, you know. And I go up to Loona and I point at her sweater and say, I want that sweater. And Loona just kind of looks at me like, what? And I repeat myself, I want your sweater. Well, she looks at me and says, no, you can't have my fucking sweater. Go away. And I just replied to her, but I want that sweater. And she's like, no, you can't have my sweater. And we first go back and forth arguing, or like, not even like an argument, just a quarrel back and forth. And me being like, I want your sweater. And she's like, no, you can't have my sweater. Before she caves in, giving me the sweater, we actually have like, we fight back and forth. She eventually gets really mad and just stares at me like angrily. Like, she's showing her teeth. She's like mad. And I'm just staring at her, like, just looking at her. And we're probably like locking eyes for like maybe about 5 seconds at best, before she's just like, ugh, fine, you can have the fucking sweater. You can have my fucking sweater. So anyway, she's like, come on, you bitch. And it's just like dragging me from my shirt, over to the changing room. But before, like, just, as I'm like, hold on a minute. I get up, I go back to the table, and I grab that raccoon sweater, and I go up to Loona like, here, you can have this one at least. And she's like, fine. And she just fucking like nags it from my hand, like very annoyed. And then I just walk with her to the changing room. We're at the changing room, right? And she hands me the raccoon sweater and goes in to take off her sweatshirt. And I sit on like this bench, just patiently waiting for her to come out. And then, door cracks open and she's sticking around. I'm like, all right, hand me that other stupid sweater, hand me that other fucking sweater. And so I give it to her, and I'm like, how come you didn't just bring it in there with you? And she slams the door and says, shut the fuck up. So a few seconds go by, and door, opens up, and she just flings her red sweater just at my face. And I'm just like, I'm like, yes! And I pretty much just slip it on over myself. And I'm just joyful, I'm like, yes! I'm all like in this puffy, like, I'm just in this big sweater, I'm like, with a big old smile on my face, just, yay! So, we're on our way back to meet up with our friend again, She's going back, we're walking back, and I decide to make a very bold, question toward her. Very bold move. Because since at this point, I think in my dream, I'm like, this is my one opportunity. So I look up at her, and I'm just like, wanna go to the food court later? And she's just like, are you seriously asking me out right now? And I'm just, yes. And we just walk back in silence. And right before we split up, she goes back to Octavia, I go back to my group. She's just like, fine. Yeah, fine. And I walk over to my buddies, and they're just all staring at me like, bro, you seriously just strong arm Loona into giving you her sweatshirt, like her clothes, like, bro. Then after that, I just woke up hugging my life-size Loona plushie. That's it. Like, that's the end of the dream. Like, it was a trip. What a trippy ass dream. To put it in summary, to sum things up, we're looking for sweaters. Octavia and Loona decide to mess with us by making us put on sweaters. Little did they know that I am a very annoying person to be with, so I go up to that and I want her sweater instead. Strong-armed Loona into giving me her sweater, and I also made her put on a different sweater. We then come back, and I just boldly asked her out on a date. Then I woke up hugging my Loona plushie. Like, that's basically the gist of exactly what happened. Like, there you go. That's the summary, the cliff notes, if you will, how that dream transpired. But yeah, that's the dream I had last night. It was wonderful, and I don't know. Maybe if I have any more weird dreams, I'll maybe tell you about it, because sometimes I do have those funny, quirky dreams. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it, and see ya. Man, Loona wasn't just dealing with any mere mortal. She was dealing with a gremlin. I'm not even like small either. I'm just fucking weird, I guess. I don't know.